guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Track and Explore vehicle set. And this is part of the Jurassic Park 93 Classics. But anyways, let's get started with the review. So first let's look at the box. So first we have a background that's sort of like the old Kenner boxes with the kind of nice red-orange sunset and the trees and the Jurassic Park fence. Oh, down here we have the Jurassic Park logo and the text, barcode, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And well, except for this little Jurassic Park number, which I'm pretty sure all the old figures used to have. Side of the box with the Jurassic Park logo on a black background. Same for this side, surprisingly. Then on the back, I actually really like the back, where they have basically a nice set back here, sort of like a scenery where you can actually see the action figure in use. And then you can see some of the old figures, sort of like how the old Kenner boxes used to do. So you got the real Phil Red Rex, the set with Ian Malcolm, the baby Triceratops and Dilophosaurus, and then the set with Alan Grant, the Gallimimus, and the baby Velociraptor. And then here's the scan code. I was able to find this one at a Target not too far from my house. But anyways, let's start with the review. First, let's get them out of the box. We're just going to need to... And, well, here we go. We got it out of the box. First, let's take a look at the actual scutosaurus, which is actually the main reason I bought this set. So first thing, let's look at the sculpt, which is a repaint of the old scutosaurus they released. But it has a nice facial texture and looks a little bit mammalian. And it has a lot of bumps on its head. And these kind of, I don't know exactly what to call them, horns or... No, I wouldn't think they're fangs, but they look really cool. They got like a short, stubby, but stumpy neck. And then we have a lot of bumpy texturing along its back, on the top and the sides. Nice sort of rolls on the bottom with some spikes on them, and very bumpy, spiky textured legs. And lots of scaly textured. And then it has this little tail back here, covered in spines. And about the same for the other side. Let's take a look at the feet though. Which my camera does not want to focus on really well. But here are its feet. So we can get the front ones. Yeah, here they are with the nice texturing and kind of like rolls at the ankles. But anyways, here is that scutosaurus. Real fast, I don't know if it probably is in the Jurassic Facts app, which we'll check in a minute, but here it is. We'll scan it in a little bit. But here's the scutosaurus scan code for anyone who is looking for it. Okay, so there you go. Let's move on to articulation real fast with this figure. So first, the head moves up. Well, the head moves are independent from the neck, but you can rotate it about this far and point it, make it go up and down a bit. Well, the neck can go down, up, and also can turn a bit. And I think, oh yeah, and it can also go side to side a bit too. I don't think the head can. Oh wait, the head can also go side to side a tiny bit. Then the legs move forwards, backwards, and do not move outwards, surprisingly. That's a little bit strange for a Mattel figure. And then the hind legs go backwards, forwards, and also I don't think they go outwards either, which is a little bit strange, because most Mattel figures can move outwards, but I guess not Scutosaurus. And then I think the tail might be articulated, which it has very little. I don't think it really counts as articulation, but you can kind of wiggle it a little bit. But you can't really do anything besides that. Because this was, it is sculpted off the old Scutosaurus, which was a figure that was like, that you had an action figure, you could move the tail, and I think the head moves, I can't really remember, but I'll put a picture of it on screen right about now, because I did not have the figure though, so it's better. I moved it a little bit closer, but anyways, like I was saying, this is based off the old Scutosaurus, like the purple, blue one, but that one's really expensive, so I decided just to wait for this one to come out, and, well, I purchased it. But anyways, here's the Scutosaurus. It's also based off an old Kenner Scutosaurus. I think that's, the old Kenner one is either really rare or it was canceled. But anyways, I'll put a picture of that up on screen as well. But anyway, let's move on to the vehicle, which is really crazy in colors. So first, it has like this Jurassic, like this dinosaur logo on it. And then it also has Jurassic Park on this. I really like the exotic colors it has, sort of like the Ford Explorers. I think this is actually also based off a canceled vehicle, surprisingly. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. I'll put it up on screen, but I think they are actually doing figures that are either were really rare or canceled, maybe just to like bring back in this wave. Here's its license plate, which I do not know its license plate. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Let's see. I don't know why my camera does not want to focus. Oh yeah, there it is. But it is, there's its license plate, and it only has stickers for these, unfortunately, but it still works. But anyways, yeah, and then we could probably see more on the inside of the car, like it has a steering wheel and some other stuff up in there, and the seat. So let's see the back. Can't really see very well. But anyways, let's move on to articulation and other stuff that you can do with this, which the articulation it has is like door can open and close. And then also this little hatch thing can open up. And this is still like a little piece of plastic. There's like plastic here, so you can't really do anything to that. But anyways, here's this vehicle. And then there's also this big thing that you can rotate. I think it's for launching this projectile, which you just gotta put up in there, up here. I don't know. I think you put it in like this. I don't know if I think it just goes that far in, and then you can possibly. Oh man, that shoots very far. But yeah, you launch dinosaurs. Well, try to hit dinosaurs with the dart. Another thing you can do is go around on this side, and there's a little kind of like thing that you can put this, which we can take a closer look at. But there's a little like sort of lasso thing with nice kind of detail. It's actually really kind of soft and rubbery, at least the lasso part. This part's flexible. But anyways, there's this little peg here, which you can't really see, but here's the peg. And you just, I'm assuming you put it right here, I think, which would make no, I mean, oh wait, this actually, this lasso part actually rotates, which is cool. I was about to say, it would make no sense, you'd be facing the car, but I think you're supposed to attach that right here, possibly. Try to attach that like right here, yeah, right here. And then you're able to like capture dinosaurs like this. Well, the scutosaurus is not a dinosaur, but for example, the scutosaurus. Which I see why this thing is rubbery now, for you can actually kind of stretch it over the scutosaurus's head and try to get it on, which is not wanting to go on very well. Let me see if I can get this on real fast. So it's a little bit tricky. You can squeeze it to get it all the way on the scutosaurus's neck. But you can capture the scutosaurus and then you got sort of like tied to the car. And that's really cool. And you can also just take it off and have like a human figure holding that. Which, let's move on to size comparisons. And I can actually show off a little bit better. Real fast before we do size comparison, I noticed they used the sticker for the door. And my sticker on this door is not on properly. It's like off center and it sort of hangs off a little bit off the edge. And it's not even centered. Thanks, Mattel. But anyways, I don't think it's even centered on this side on some of the door. It's still, like, yeah, it's not even on there properly, which sucks a little bit, but that's okay, I guess. I really was in it for the scutosaurus, but the car is a cool addition. I kind of wish this piece kind of came off, but it's fine. It also would have been really cool if there was an action feature for it to, like, make these light up. But anyways, now let's move on to size comparison. So anyways, let's first actually measure these figures. First, the scutosaurus comes in at just about 6 inches. And then the actual car comes in at about 10 inches. And the car comes in at about 4.5 to 4 inches tall. And actually at the launcher, sort of more of a 6 inches. But the scutosaurus comes in at around, I'm going to get my hand out the way a little bit. Comes out around 3 inches. So they're pretty decent sized figures. Now let's move on to like comparing it to things. So first, I brought in this vehicle from the Sorna set. You can compare the car to, which the car is similar in size to, it's similar in height. And I don't know if they're about the same in, I think they're also about the same in length. And the Scutosaurus will move these back some. But I think they're similar in length. And then also I decided to bring this guy in, this human figure, before we can compare it to the Scutosaurus. Here's the Scutosaurus compared to him. Oh darn it, accidentally knocked him down. But anyways, here's this guy compared to the scutosaurus, Rolling Timbo. Forgot his name for a little bit. But here's Rolling Timbo next to the scutosaurus. Next, I would like to take these guys out. But we can compare it next to the velociraptors, because most people have velociraptors, so it's a good thing to compare it to. Velociraptor is about a little bit tall, is much taller than Scutosaurus, and I think is longer. But Scutosaurus is a much heavier built dinosaur, well, animal, but so it would have been bigger than Velociraptor, but Velociraptor was much taller and longer. Well, at least the Jurassic World went on. Next, I would like to compare it to the Zuniceratops, the Dino Tracker Zuniceratops, and Herrerasaurus, which the Herrerasaurus is similar colors, which if Scutosaurus was in the mainline Dino Trackers, it would have 100% would have been a desert, but it's not. But anyways, here are them compared to it, which they size up really nicely, especially the Zuniceratops. Next, I would really like to compare to some more non-dinosaurs. So here's a Dimetrodon. I still have to get a hold of Dominion Dimetrodon, but I do have this old Jurassic World Dimetrodon. And also, here's Tanystropheus. I really like Tanystropheus. But yeah, Tanystropheus feels like it fits. And these are actually, Tanystropheus is a figure that came out, that Kenner did release. So, it'd be cool if they actually had Tanystropheus also come out in the 93 Classics line, and more of a Tanystropheus like the Kenner version, or even a Tanaconda. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a picture up on screen. But anyways, yeah. There are those guys compared to it. Next, let's just real fast compare it to Kronosaurus, another Dino Tracker figure. And there's Kronosaurus. Then there is Diabloceratops, another herbivore, which is absolutely enormous and dwarfs this Scutosaurus. But anyways, here's it. Next, I would really like to compare it to the Sanityrannus. I did decide to put the tracker gear on. I typically do not display with the tracker gear, but I decided to put it on for this review. But anyways, here's it compared to the Scutosaurus, which it absolutely towers over, which I really like the fact that I will show off with the next figure, which is the Tyrannosaurus, which is absolutely enormous towards it, which you could probably pick it up in its jaws, to be honest. And it absolutely towers over the car as well. But the main reason, one thing I really like about the Scutosaurus is in its articulations, that you can put its neck up like this, and it can just stare at the impending doom dwindling over it. But anyways, let's wrap up the review here. My final thoughts on this set is, it's really good. If you missed out on the first Scutosaurus, I recommend getting this one, because the Scutosaurus figure is probably one of my top favorite figures now. I really like the sculpt and the fact that it's a Scutosaurus, which you do not get many figures of that are really good. You do get when they do get figures, they are typically really good, but they're typically very expensive, especially the old one, which it goes for like $100 off eBay now. Anyways, this figure is a bit more expensive. It's like $35. That's not even counting tax. So it is pretty expensive. Honestly, if I had the choice to just get the Scutosaurus, I probably would have. But I really do like this vehicle. I also like its the thing, the snare on the side. And also, this launches so hard and fast. And it's insane. I already have one of the vehicles that can launch things. The Sorner car can launch things, but this one, I like kind of just the obnoxious launcher at the very top. Unlike this one, the only way to reveal the launcher is to press a little button, which I can't even remember where it's at right now. Oh yeah, it's on this side. The button's on this side. Gotta press it. And it has the launchers in the side, and you can just launch it through there like a little button, like. But it just, first thing, it doesn't launch as far, and second thing, it's not as obnoxious. It's just a giant launcher on the top, which makes it really cool, and you can basically look like. This one looks like you're trying to capture dinosaurs. This one looks like you're trying to obliterate them, which is very nice. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.